Here I come. Hold on. Hold on to your love. We got to hold on. Hold on. Ooh, Lord. Hold on to them notes. Woo! Okay. I think I like this better. The past few videos I've been having a softbox light. That softbox light was doing something to my face. Although this looks good right now, if I watch it, I probably won't like it. So, this is not Aaliyah's face. I love Aaliyah's face, but she has great quality over there on YouTube. But, we haven't gotten there yet. I'm not even close. But I want to start off by saying thank you for being here. Welcome to Durant's Universe here on YouTube. Even though I just made that up off the top of my head, this is not Durant's Universe channel. It's just something stupid that just came out off the top of my head. Sorry. But sorry, not sorry. Um, so I want to talk about a few things real quick, and then I'm getting out of here. But I always say I'm going to talk about a few things, and then it takes me about 10, 20, 30 minutes to get my thoughts out. And I had to, as an R&B singer, I had to come in here and talk about R&B and all this rumbling about R&B being dead. Now, I have an opinion. As a R&B singer, songwriter, and producer, um, I have an opinion about this. And the talk is R&B is dead. And do I think R&B is dead? Um, no. I think it's on life support. I think mainstream R&B is on life support. And I really, truly, and honestly believe the music industry destroyed R&B. No matter what they say, even though there are artists that people are mentioning, they're doing R&B. To me, I don't consider a lot of what I'm hearing that's considered R&B. I don't consider that to be a lot of that R&B. Even to me, maybe because I was born in the 80s, raised throughout the 90s, the early 2000s. So I have a different view on R&B. And I believe that the music industry destroyed it because of the way they have destroyed a lot of artists. So, and what I mean by that, a lot of artists have gone to this because the music industry has made it to where this is what's popular, so everybody needs to do this. This is how the music industry works. Whatever is popular, the music industry jumps on the train and they follow it till the wheels fall off. And the reason this right here becomes popular is because they've played it over and over. They've dug it in our systems, in our brains, and then we're just forced to like it because we hear it so much because they're playing it on the radio every 2 seconds. That's why eventually I stopped listening to the radio. I don't listen to the radio at all anymore because the radio it just sounds like favoritism because they only play a select few artists and then they play them over and over and over. And so a lot of artists stopped doing R&B because I think the industry made it to where we are to believe that that's not the good music. And the reason I say it's on life support is because the R&B artists are not being put out as far as the mainstream. And when they are put out, they're not promoted like the rap artists or the pop artists. They're not given that promotional push like everybody else, and so they end up not selling. So a lot of R&B music goes under the radar because the music industry, the record labels, they are not promoting these artists. And what happens is a lot of those artists are talented, so they're locked in these contracts to where they probably can't make any music anymore. And so you also have that, and you also have the fact that there are artists like me. There's a lot of smart artists who are really talented, who can pretty much probably outperform and outsing a lot of these people. We know how a lot of the industry works, and we refuse to be contracted to a record label, even though that would mean more people would listen to your music, but it also means you will be stifled as an artist. They will determine what kind of music you make. You're not making music, that you really believe in. You're making music that these, essentially these payday loan offices are telling you to make because they feel like this is going to sell. And, of course, this is the game. They want you to sell because they want their money back. And so a lot of us are not signing or not looking to sign record contracts to make R&B that's gonna, get more listeners to listen to our music. I don't know. That could be what it is, but I just think like a lot of people are just not making what I consider to be R&B music. And then the ones that are making what I consider to be R&B music, shout out to a lot of the independent artists like myself who are making R&B music. When it is out, a lot of people just don't listen to it. And I get so frustrated when people say, oh, people are not singing anymore. It's like, no, y'all are not listening for it. You're listening to this. You're stuck here. We're out here singing. We're out here writing music, writing R&B music, because when I say a lot of the R&B music is not the same or is not what I consider R&B music that's out, because when I think of R&B music, I think of Key Sweat Twisted. I think of Tony Terry With You. I think of High Five, I Can't Wait Another Minute. Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You. Brian McKnight, Anytime. Usher, There Goes My Baby. And let's not act like Rose Colored Glasses is not classic R&B. I mean, written and produced by myself. I should know. No, but speaking of rose-colored glasses, a lot of people say I've gotten a lot of, I guess, opinions about rose-colored glasses from people close to me. I was like, I don't want to wear no rose-colored glasses. I want to make sure I know what's going on. Because I don't want to be blind. It's like, when I said rose-colored glasses, it didn't mean that I want to be in a situation where, oh, everything is perfect and I want everything to be lovely, even though I said something about living a fantasy. But really, truly, honestly, when I wrote that song, what I meant by rose-colored glasses, I want to wear my rose-colored glasses. It just, to me, meant I want to be in a situation where I'm not concerned about what could go wrong. I'm enjoying the moments for what they are at that moment. I want to be able to relax and essentially exhale, and live in the moment of, the good times that me and this person is having at that time. It didn't mean that I want to wear my rose colored glasses and just see everything. You're going to be perfect. Everything is going to be perfect. It's going to be roses. That's not really where I was going with that, but I can see why people would see that. But I I don't know if R&B can. I don't think the industry can revive R&B right now, because I just don't think people's, like, when it comes to the industry people, I just don't think their heart's in the right place. They're not interested in making what is really R&B music. All is fair, like Stevie Wonder. They're not interested in that. They really want to, in my opinion, I feel like they want to make music like, because I like the fact that R&B was kind of subtle. Like, they don't go out right and say, I want to lick it in your coo, I want to go down and just suck it till it. No. I like the fact that, it'd be like, let me lick you up and down. You don't have the vulgarness. It kind of gives you what it's talking about, but it's not, to me, being vulgar. Although there are songs that are vulgar. I mean, even Let's Get It On, it's not vulgar to me, but it's just like, it's still sexual. It's okay to be sexual with R&B music, but if you're going, I don't think R&B music should be vulgar, and I also don't think R&B music should have profane language in it. I've had songs where I've cursed, and I don't consider those songs to be R&B songs. I just don't. I want real. When it comes to R&B, R&B is heartfelt music. I don't think bumping and grinding is really R&B music. R&B music is speaking from the heart. You're telling what you're going through. It's blues, you know. I wanna wear my rose-colored glasses and live in a blissful. See, but that's so. When it comes to R&B, I think a lot of the times now, I should say, there's too many titles for people. Like, I just want people to make music. Like, all this queen, king, empress. Like, just, I'm sick of the titles. And a lot of times these titles are not being lived up to. It's like, y'all just need to focus on making good music instead of trying to be the top dog. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to music, nobody will ever remain on top forever. So I just think people should just focus on making great music. All this other extra, like beefing with each other and diss records and all that stuff, it's just like no. And then when it comes to R&B, a lot of R&B artists that are people that are considered R&B artists, they act like rappers. It's like y'all are beefing like rappers. This is not what, what Teddy Pendergrass did back in the day. This is not what Boyz II Men did. They may have done it back in the, backstage area where we didn't see it. We didn't see Shy and Boyz II Men, going back and forth. We didn't see all, Jodeci and Drew Hill fighting or talking about each other or, saying who the kings and who, it was just people were making R&B music. If it can't be like the 90s, don't do it. If it ain't no end of the road, although we come to the... No, we don't want whatever R&B this music industry is trying to put out now. I don't. It's just not... I think a lot of people want more heartfelt music. The thing is, people like me, I can't really give it to you because I don't have the budget to get my music out to everybody that I wanted to get it out to. So a lot of people will not hear from me. And there's probably people who do want to hear something like what I make. But what I really honestly am leading this to, if y'all are going to make a new R&B record label, I just feel like I should be an executive. I should be an executive. I should be a songwriter. I mean, we can throw me in there as an artist too. I'll make one album. That's it. I'll make one album under contract. However, I will own all my masters. If I can't do that, then I sit back on my couch and I chill and watch y'all do it. But I feel like I should be an executive because I have the knowledge, I have the range, I have the songwriting abilities, I have the love for R&B music. So somebody get to P. Diddy, whoever it is. Now, I need to be an executive. Or, Tank, Jay Valentine. Tell them that I should be an executive. And if I can't be an executive, I watch y'all do what you got to do. But, I'm going to end up saying I told you so because I know R&B. I think. I think I know R&B. No, not that I know R&B. I just love R&B. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know everything about R&B and I'm the genius of R&B and I all these other stupid titles. I just really am a fan of R&B. If you know my music, then you know, because all I make is R&B. I've made songs that are kind of more out there, but for the most part, overall, I do R&B music. So I feel like I should be an executive. Right? Anyways, but a lot of us artists, another thing about R&B music is a lot of people say that they're not singers. I think I've said that earlier. But a lot of us real talented people and a lot of the talented people who have been signed have been shelved. A lot of the talented people who have been shelved on record labels, they're ended up bound to this contract and some of them are not able to make music anywhere else. And so that's another issue, these contracts. And then when it comes to, artists like me and some other talented R&B artists that I know personally, we don't want to sign contracts because we don't want to be tied down to a record label that's not going to give us ownership or give us any free reins to do what we want to do. So you got to work on these contracts. And then a thing about contracts too. And I didn't get on somebody, but I kind of commented under somebody's comment about, these artists need to start reading their contracts. I'm like, hold up. First off, I'm sure they would love to do that. But the thing about contracts is a lot of artists, even me now, if, somebody were to sign me, I would make it happen. But back when I was 20 or something, like Khalees, when she signed her deal, I'm sure Khalees, it was a dream of Khalees to sign her contract. And I also believe, I don't know Khalees personally, I also believe that Khalees probably didn't have these lawyers charge about $300 plus an hour. So a lot of these artists don't have enough money to hire a lawyer $300 plus an hour to look over a who knows how many pages contract and break it down. It's like, it's easier said than done to sit here and say they should look over their contracts. You don't know how much it costs to see a lawyer. So look at it the other way. If it was a dream job of yours And all that was standing in the way was this contract that you can't afford to get looked over. Are you just going to push the contract away, or are you going to take it? It's like you got to quit saying stuff and making it like Khalees or any of these other artists. It's like, oh, y'all need to be more responsible. No! You need to know what the business is before you comment, first off. You need to know how this works. And I'm saying it too, because it's like, if I were to get signed to anything, now I would make it happen. Man, I'll probably broke. But it's going to be a lot of money to have somebody look over any contract. So it's like, for you to sit here and say like it's that easy. Like you can go to Uncle John and tell him, because he's a lawyer. So let him look over. He don't know the music business. I'm sure he probably don't know how to do it. Or he doesn't know what he's looking for. You have to go to someone who specializes in music contracts. But you can do what you want to. But yeah, I hate when people just say stuff like that, because it's like you don't know what Khalees or anybody else who signed a bad deal. This has been happening since the beginning of time. So when that whole Khalees thing happened and everybody was getting on her, it's like, y'all don't know the situation. It's like y'all, and a lot of people, even T.S. Madison, I love T.S. Madison, but she said something about, I own my stuff. It's like, okay, so that's good for you, but you don't know what her situation is. So don't try to throw a little shade over her way, because your situation worked out perfectly, and that's fine. You can't do that because you don't know what Khalees was going through, or what, you don't know. Maybe she signed because out of desperation, because she was broke or something. We don't know. So for us to sit here and blame her or anybody else for signing a bad contract, it's just ignorant to me. It's very freaking ignorant, and I hate it. But anyway, speaking of Khalees, Beyonce. Beyonce. Now, I want to say that I do like Beyonce's album again. But I think Cuff It has started to be my favorite song. I think, Heated is my song, because, I like at the end, blip, blip, floppity, blippity, floppity, blip. I still don't know how to say it. But, I like that. I love that part. But I think Cuff It has started to be my favorite song. And it's this part on Cuff It where she goes, dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, let me go. That's my. Oh, that part right there made me want to get that. If you see me if you follow my Instagram, I danced and I hurt my leg. Like it was like 2 days I was in pain. So all I could give you that. Oh yeah, let me go. I love that part. That's like my favorite part in the whole album. I love Beyonce. Now, I know people say she, whatever the case may be, she's this and that. But I love it. Beyonce should have called me to write on this album. I'll be on Act 2. We still got time, Beyonce. I could be on Act 2 or 3. Whichever one's going to be the R&B, and you need a song where you can sing. Because really, I want Beyonce to sing. Because Beyonce can sing. Now, if you go on YouTube and look up Oprah when she sang Listen, anybody say Beyonce can't sing, you're weird. That's just weird. That's weird. And I'm one of those people, again, I don't like to, I enjoy all artists. Mariah Carey's top dog for me, meaning she's my favorite. She's who I love. She's who I listen to the most. But I listen to everybody. And then I hate when people, it's Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Like, why can't you like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B? It's like, why does it have to be, I like Nicki Minaj, so I'm going to go talk bad about Cardi B? It's like, just enjoy Nicki Minaj. How about that? You don't have to bash Cardi B because you like Nicki Minaj. Now, I do like Cardi B. I like Cardi B. I like Lil Kim. Those are my favorites. I do. I still listen to WAP. WAP is my song. I like WAP. I like R&B, but WAP, hey, I loved WAP. I still love WAP. And I guess because I was born in that, I was in that age. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes. I love Cardi B. But I'm not going to diss Nicki Minaj because I love Cardi B. I'm not going to diss Rihanna. I love Rihanna, though. Rihanna, Beyonce. I like all of them. It's just like, I will enjoy all of them. I don't understand why you have to bash this one because you like this one. It's like, just like this one and shut your ass up. How about that? But anyways, Beyonce, I feel like Beyonce people should call me to write on her album. I could do a background vocal. If you let Frank Ocean, and he's one of the greatest songwriters that's out now. You can give me a chance, cause our songwriting is kind of the same, Anyways, just a little bit. But yeah, I love Cuff It. Cuff It has started to be my favorite. I think Cuff It is my favorite song right now. It's my favorite song. I'm telling you, that part at the end, like, man, I can't wait to see what she does on the video on that part. But anyways, there's this thing going around, because last video I talked about Kevin Samuels. And I know I said something nice. And, I have nothing but respect for anybody, like that. It's, of course, when I listen to everybody, a lot of people, I don't agree with everything they say. So I'm not saying, I should have said and made it clear that it's not like I'm this fan all of a sudden. No, just I listen, and some of the things that I heard, I agree with. But there's this thing going around, I think it started with him, I don't know for sure, that's called the High Valued Man. And so there's this other lady I watch on Instagram called Kendra G. And she does this dating show. She has people come on her Instagram, and then she asks them questions of what they're looking for, and then people have the choice to, slide in their DM. But the thing is, high value man, I think I had a definition of myself of what it was, but it seemed like everybody that I'm listening to's definition is high value man is someone who makes six figures or more, and he's going to cheat on you because he makes six figures, he makes more money or more, so he has more options. So you, especially if you're not a high value woman, meaning you don't make six figures or whatever, you have to deal with that. That comes with, this high value man. I'm trying to look at different people like, oh, there's got to be another qualification for high value man. It's got to be. And everybody's just like, it's the money. And I'm just like, why does it feel like in this world, I'm like, this is probably a reason why I'm single, because I just can't deal with the superficiality. Everything is centered around how much money you make. So if this guy can be the shittiest person ever, he's considered high value because he makes six figures. Now, I have dated doctors, 3 of them, and that made six figures. Oh, lordy. Now, if they're considered high value men because they make six figures, those were the most insecure people I've ever met in my life. One doctor said, we were having a conversation, and I asked a question. After the question was answered, I asked another one. I know that you're in human resources, but please don't interview me. Don't do that, HR. He got really mad. I mean, you can get mad because you gonna fight if you want to do that. But I was just like, really? And so that just, every time I hear, this high value, I think back, to the doctors. I've also dated nurses, and I've talked to a few other people that I guess were considered in that range. But I'm just like, it has to be more. Because if I were to not put this whole internet thing into place, if I were to hear about high value man, I would think a good man. He's high value because he values you. He values your opinion. Or he or she, high value woman, whatever. They got so many definitions and stuff going on. It's weird. Somebody that, is honest, just a good, high value somebody that's a good person to me. I don't put money in there. I mean, it's not to say that, ooh, and also, I don't think about money when it comes to dating. And I've noticed a lot of people do that. And I was like, okay, so I think you have to do that. So you have to have like in mind, this person has to make this much money. I'm like, that's weird. I guess because I'm caught in the clouds of where I want to date somebody who I want to do it because, we fall in love, and that's how it works, and then we build each other up. However, whatever that means, that could be financially or emotionally or whatever the case may be. It's all about money now. And I've talked to women, straight women that talk to men, and A lot of them are just like pretty much, since they don't want to do right, we just, it's all about money. It's like, I might as well get something out of it. And I'm like, oh my God, this cannot be the life. So maybe I'm just living in this fairy tale land, or maybe the world is just fucked up. So it's like for y'all to put out this narrative that a high value man is just a man that makes money. Now I ain't gonna lie, I do want to make money, but I want to make my own money. Like I want to make a lot of money myself, only because, and even dating like other, and it's funny because I've dated doctors, and I still pay for dates and stuff. Like I said, nobody's ever planned nothing for me. And in my next life or whatever, I really want somebody to plan something for me, like a date for me, and I just go on a date and chill. And that'll make me want to plan something better. But it's like and then on top of it, I heard a guy on I think on the show, he was like he wanted a woman to chase him. Like, so now men want to be chased too, like straight men by women. So what? So all your job is to do is to make six figures, and that's it. Wow. And you're considered high value. And I was like, these people can't believe this. This is just idiocracy. You can't believe this. You can't. And then people listen to this like it's gospel. It's like, you people are weird. You can't think a high value man is just somebody who makes a lot of money. You can't. You just can't. A high value man is gonna treat whoever he's talking to of high value too. Like he, whatever he likes. But hey, I don't know. I ain't no expert at dating. I ain't been on no date. Although I'm trying to go on one or two or three or four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. I'm trying to get cuffed up. Not for the winter time, but for a lifetime. But ain't nobody ready for me. Ain't nobody ready. It's sad. But anyways, so what's coming up for me? I'm just gonna get off here. Every time I say this is gonna be quick. It goes forever and forever, never. Only the lambs know that. Forever, never. But I'm hoping to finally get on stage in next month. I haven't been on stage in about 2 years, but I'm still practicing. So when I get on stage, my first time on stage, real on stage, it's gonna be something. But I'm hoping next month I should have hopefully an announcement for my people in Dallas. But I am definitely gonna have a live performance. I'm filming a live performance that I'm gonna have out by Christmas time, November. Hopefully, I'm gonna do something like that, and yeah, I think I'm gonna release a new song by the end of the year. That's my goal. Is I want to talk about it, but I'll just say that it's like an anthem, R&B song about unity, and I'm really excited about it. I know I did Black Lives Matter, and yeah, it was a good song for the time. But when I perform that live from now on, I definitely will change up some of the lyrics and make it make sense to what I feel today, what it means to me today. But I'm really excited to get back on stage. I'm ready to sing live. Like, my voice is very much stronger than it's ever been, in my opinion. And I'm really excited to perform live to show people that, I actually feel like I sound better live than I do in my studio versions of my songs. So I'm really excited to showcase that really soon, because I'm watching everybody else and it's cute. But I'm like, I've been the performer. I'm the performer. I'm the performer. No, I could put on a show for you. And then on top of it, I can talk, I can joke, I can do all that. I like to do all that because a lot of these R&B singers, I mean, I sing a lot of love songs, serious songs, but I'm one of those type of singers when I perform, I'm talking to the audience and making jokes and doing stuff like that and interacting and just, because I'm low key, I always thought I was a comedian and I like to talk. So I love to walk around and tell stories about my songs, and just make a joke or two. And like these singers are just y'all are very much. Let me sing and go, sing and go, sing and go. So I was just like, I mean, it's okay to have dance, boom, boom, bow, boom, 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 bow, but a true artist can be on stage with just a spotlight, a microphone, and that's it. I could do that. I could do that. And very well. But I'm excited to get back on stage. I haven't been hearing too much new music, but other than Beyonce's album. But is there anybody that I like that's out right now? Is there any songs I like? No, I've been listening to a lot of old stuff aside from Mariah Carey, Beyonce. I've been listening to just a lot of old school R&B, and I've been listening to Kurt Franklin a lot too. I really like Kurt Franklin. He's from my area, DFW, but I really like Kurt Franklin. He reminds me of my dad. He's like the famous version of my dad. Um, my dad wrote songs and was very charismatic as he was, and I think Kurt Franklin plays the piano too. My dad plays the piano, and uh, I just, yeah, he's an amazing songwriter. So it's pretty cool watching him and listening to him and enjoying him. But I just want everybody, if you believe in God, please pray for me. Now, if you into that voodoo hoodoo, please don't put no curse on me. And if you not a real prayer, don't pray. Just nod your head and be like, I'm sending you vibes. 'Cause I don't need this right here because I'm going through a serious transition right now, and um, I will be honest and tell you that I feel lost a lot of the times, like what I'm gonna do. So your 40s are just when you turn 40. I'm 41 now. It's just a whole nother perspective comes. Like a lot of things don't bother me like they used to, but a lot of things still do. And I find myself being when I was in the closet, I always felt like people didn't understand me because I was in the closet. I was hiding who I was. So I was like, I just feel like so misunderstood. And Mariah Carey's song "Outside" always to this day is really how I feel as an individual, and that's why I love that song so much. And but I realize now, as a 41-year-old man, it's not now that I'm out. I just don't. I never feel understood, and it's sad to me, and I don't know what it would mean to me to be understood. I just I don't know. I don't know why it's important for some of us to be understood. I just feel like I'm lost. I'm not lost, but all alone in everything that I do. And that's because I don't feel understood. I feel like if I explain myself in any situation, people just don't get it. And it's been a lot of cases where people kind of, since they don't get it, they either stop talking to me, or they'll say something crazy to me and then I stop talking to them, or it's just I just kind of distance myself. It's a lot of things that happen, and I don't expect people to understand how I operate. I just really would like people to know that I'm different and accept it, because it's not different to where I'm just spazzing out like all over the place. I'm a songwriter. Um, and what does that mean? You're a songwriter? But songwriters, when you hear these songs, like when you hear Rose Colored Glasses, and you hear so much time I've wasted dwelling on rejection, like that sounds like a line, but that was my life. And I have to relive that. I don't have to, but I've relived that to write it on a piece of paper and translate it onto a song. Um, it's I had to live that. And then the second verse where I saying what I said, is this my own karma? Do I deserve this affliction? Those are things that I really think about. Like, I've thought about in the past and even the future. Like, why am I going through this? Like, so when you hear songs from me, I've had to go through those, and so people don't understand that as a songwriter, I'm writing the songs, but I'm going through that. That's how it ends up as a song. And what that means is, since I'm explaining myself and it's sounding like nobody's gonna get it, but it's like that means that I go through emotional internal turmoil. And that's why I sometimes feel like being a songwriter is a gift and a curse at the same time, because you go in those dark places. And when I go in those dark places, which happens often, some days, um, I don't go fight or anything like that. It's just some days I'm just sad and I don't know how I'm gonna get out of it. And usually getting out of it, it takes a few days. I have to settle in it. I have to feel it. I don't drink. I don't do anything. I set in it and I feel it. I go through it and then I write it and then all is well. And people don't understand that I'm just a person I'm just an emotional individual. I'm emotional, but the crazy thing is I rarely cry. It's I rarely ever sit down and just cry. And I was telling my friend yesterday, I was like, I hope it's not one of those things where it's just bottling me up and then I'm just gonna break down and it's gonna be horrible. So I'm praying that, with this transition, because I feel like I'm getting a little calloused and my heart is just not as soft for people as it used to be, because I've gone through 41 years of heartbreak. And yeah, I don't want to be that person who turns cold or jaded. But honestly, I feel like I'm becoming that person. And so I'm fighting that every day, especially with what I'm going through now. Um, I don't know. Anyways, I love fragrances, colognes before I get out of here. And I just want to tell you about this one here. This is Parfums de Marley Kalan. Man, this is some shut your mouth potion right here. Um, this is so freaking good. So this is what I've been wearing. And why do you tell me what you wear? I have a lot of fragrances, and if I wear this and you wear it, we're not gonna smell the same. I'm gonna wear it better because that's what I do. But man, it smells so good. You got to get your hands on this. So this is what I'm wearing today and all week. And some days when I'm sad, I'll just go in there and just sniff all my fragrances. I know it's weird, and that's the thing that I do. But wishing everybody the best. My light is falling, so that means I gotta go. Bye.